right, welcome back to the Artist Connection podcast. This is Matt Kasar with a very special returning guest today, Olivia Millerschin. Welcome back, Olivia.
Hello. Hi, thanks for having me back.
God, it's been a year and a half since we spoke. Time is just going by way too quickly.
I know. I can't keep up with it. I cannot. My mom always gets mad at me because I always go, I'm so old. I am. No longer a teenager.
Yeah, it's crazy. I know. My daughter just turned 16 in the summer, and my son turned 11, and it just, for me, that's when it really started to go crazy. I mean, I remember being 20 and 21. I'm 46 now, and it wasn't until my kids that it's like time went from, oh boy, it's going pretty quick to, holy crap, I can't, I can't control this anymore.
Yeah. Is she driving?
No, we're not at that point yet.
Oh gosh. Yeah, I hear from there on out it's just like zooming by.
Yeah, I don't know how it is in Detroit with driving and stuff, but here it's a full contact sport in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, and you really have to be on your toes every minute of every day, and I just fear for her. I just know that at that age, there's a lot of distractions in life, and I just don't want.
Oh yeah.
When did you start driving? Were you 16? Did you drive right away?
Yeah, I was 16. I'm like I'm about I would say 15 miles outside the city. But the traffic here really isn't that bad. Everyone's like moving here because it's a new up and coming place. All the people in Brooklyn are like, "Oh, how's Detroit?" And I'm like, "It's great. Don't come here though. I don't want your traffic." It's horrible.
Yeah. Well, you've been very busy. In the year and a half since we spoke, you were on April of 2014, and that was episode 195 of this show. So many exciting things, and I don't want to start with this, but we are going to have to get to your time on America's Got Talent, because I, like all of your other fans, was just absolutely thrilled to see you on that show.
Okay, we'll get to that.
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. But first and foremost is we are in the early days, just 1 or 2 days into this Pledge Music campaign that you have going to finance your new record, and I just checked it, and you're already 28% funded, which is amazing.
Yeah, pretty incredible. I've got some very generous people in my life, and hopefully, I'm just praying that it doesn't just freeze at 28 and not go anywhere else from here. But they are very, very kind to me.
Yeah, I don't see that happening. I mean, I watch a lot of these, and I'm involved in a lot of them too. I contribute to a lot of them because I think it is exciting for me as a fan of music to have the opportunity to, instead of just buying a record when it comes out, which I do too, but this gives you a chance to kind of be involved in it in the early stages of it, contribute, and feel like my contribution is making a difference in this person's life, in creating their art. Yeah.
Completely, and I get a lot of people, just people who don't really do music or something, that say, "Oh, do you not?" Or like, I have a lot of friends that make Pledge Musics or Kickstarters, and they say, "Do they not have the funds?" And I think some people don't have the funds, and then some people do. But even more than that, it's like making other people part of the record and the process, and having them follow along. And it's just, I think it's kind of fun to contribute. I like to do it.
I do too.
Yeah.
The first time I did it, going back to the early days of not only the internet, but this kind of thing, do you know Todd Rundgren? Have you ever heard of Todd Rundgren?
Yeah.
Well, he had a thing in the 90s where you could send him money, and it was online, but online wasn't like online now, but you could send him money. I think it was maybe $100 for the year or something like that, and he would say, "All right, I'm about to make a new record. I will send you CD singles of the songs as I work on them, so you get them in the mail." And it was really an exciting time. I think, yeah, that's back in the 90s. I think Prince did something like that too. So it's just
cool.
It is. And I love the way it's taken shape now that, artists like you can take advantage of it. And I know indie filmmakers are doing it, and it's just really, really catching on.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
Yeah. Now, how did you, I see you on Facebook with it, and I see you on Twitter. Are there any other ways that you are promoting this, or how do you get the word out? How do you get to 28% so quick? I mean, that's a pretty quick rise.
Yeah, it's been like 2 days or 3 days or something. I really don't. It's all been social media based for me. I'm not very good with the internet. I know I was born into the generation that's supposed to be, but but I'm really not. I'm like an old person, not old person. Sorry, that
I
was
know what you
very
mean.
insulting.
I know what you mean.
But we've always looked for promotion companies or just people to jump on board because we've never really done like a properly promoted album or anything really. So I just kind of put it up, and I'm really surprised. I need to get a plan, like figure out how to promote. But for now, that's working really well.
It sure is, and it's sometimes sad to see some of the campaigns where they don't pick up steam quick. Because from what I heard, you have a 60-day thing going on, or it was 61 days total, where you get a lot of action in the beginning, and then the middle
Mhm.
sometimes gets a little bit slow, and you have to get people interested again. And then at the end, when you have those final days and people are really trying to make the push, then you see it rise again. But I mean, to me, being
Mhm.
over 25% over already feels pretty good. I mean, that feels like a very good start. And you see some people. What's exciting to me is some people get to 100%, and then people still contribute. And I've seen campaigns go up to 300% funded
Mhm.
because people
I
are that
know it's
involved. It's awesome.
incredible.
Yeah.
It really is. I think I did one I did one like 2 or 3 years ago on Pledge, and I think it took me like 2 or 3 weeks to get to 22%. I just remember that was like super exciting.
Oh
And
wow.
so now it's like wow, really great.
Yeah, it's cool.
I'm lucky.
Well, you are. Well, it's well deserved. I mean,
Well, thank
it's indicative of people wanting to hear more from you and wanting to see what you have cooked up next.
yeah, I want to see what I have cooked up next too.
You're just as excited.
Yeah, hopefully it's good stuff. I'm just as curious as everyone else.
When we last spoke, Over the Weather was about to come out. I think it was going to come out 2 weeks from when we spoke. It was mid-May of 2014 when you released that. How did that go? What was
Hmm.
did you have a good reception to that? People love it?
Yeah, I'd never released like an EP before. I had a self-produced full album, and so I released that one, and I got that one produced out in LA with a guy named Andrew Williams, and it was kind of just an experiment to see how people would react to something that was slightly more produced. And people seemed like really receptive of it. It was a little bit more mature, not mature, a little older for me, the writing content and everything, and most people were just really happy with it. I'm gonna do some more ukulele stuff for this new record because a lot of people said they missed that. I kind of dropped it on the second record.
Oh yeah.
So. Mhm.
Well, I'm impressed.
Yeah.
I mean, and you would imagine there'd be just some lyrical growth or content growth. I mean, you started when you were around 17 years old, so your fans really
Mhm.
got to watch you develop as an artist and as a person. I mean, you learned so much in those years from 16 to 20 that it's cool that it's coming out in your music.
Yeah. Yeah. All my favorite artists are like mid-30s and or anything like that, and so I feel like I mean even at any stage of your life you're really developing, but it's really funny for me to even look at my voice off of Over the Weather, because I just think it's so I can't listen to it. It's so funny to me to think that I've grown this much, and I hope that I keep growing.
Yeah, of course.
Mhm.
Who are you listening to? Do you have any? What was your top album of 2015 that you bought or that you love?
Oh gosh. Like released album
Yeah,
or
just anything.
like
What do you sit
album
back
released
and?
this year.
Yeah, what do you listen to? What do you like?
I'm so strange.
I
I'm
like
kind of
that.
all, I am. I'm very odd. I'm kind of all over the map because I listen to probably 50% my parents' music, 50% music from nowadays. And so probably my favorite record for the past couple months has been gosh. I have to say Bridge Over Troubled Water by Simon and Garfunkel.
Oh yeah.
That's a really hard one for me to make a decision on, but I love that record. I like anything singer-songwriter. I listen to a lot of his music from like the 20s and 30s too, because I really like old jazz. And I was looking up someone on Spotify today, and I was talking to my friend, and I said they don't have any albums. They never made albums. They just made music and they released it. And back then it was okay, but nowadays it's like they want constant content.